that we can have this recorded for history, posterity or something, whatever that word might be. I reached out to Troy this morning just to give him an opportunity for us to get your team together and kind of see where everybody's at. I know we've got, some people that are close to 1K, 2K, and so forth. Christina, where are you at? You're 3K?
Yeah, on my way to 5.
Yeah, yeah. So this is probably one of the most important months of the year for most people's business because they make one or two decisions. One is they make that decision that, oh no, it's summertime and
Mhm.
everybody else is taking vacation. I might as well take vacation now. I'll kick it back in September. And that's the worst thing you can do for your business. If you understand how our business works, it's kind of like that van along the side of the road that everybody jumps out to help push, and you get that momentum going, and it's great. And as soon as you stop, it rolls to a stop, and all of a sudden you got to start getting all the people on board to get the momentum going again. So what you really want to do is the exact opposite of what everybody else does, meaning that you want to just take the time now and be unique and kick this thing into high gear, because everybody's going to be out there not doing that. So now your competition or anybody else out there that might be promoting and trying to get their people in their company and all that stuff, they're typically all out playing around doing nothing. And I have always, throughout my successful careers in network marketing, some of the best months I've ever had have been July and August because those are the months that I tend to kick everything up in very high gear because I know everybody else is not going to be, on vacation and not doing anything. So to get that momentum going in July and August, this next 5 days are crucial. You need to be doing anything and everything, talking to everybody, messaging everybody, texting everybody, getting as much momentum out there, not worried about the results, but getting as much out there as you can get out there. You will be surprised. I've probably gotten a dozen calls today with people saying, I can't believe it. People are responding. One lady is working right now, one of the people, one of the newest people on the team. She's working with someone that's one of the former millionaires, and it works. And I'm not really familiar with that. I know about that company, but I'm not familiar with a lot of what it was about. And so we're setting up a meeting with her to meet with Robert Hollis and the young lady and see how that goes. But all of a sudden she's looking, and she happened to reach out to this new recruit of ours, and she's excited about it, but she thought, wow, I thought in June nobody was going to be doing anything. And it's really just the opposite. There are a lot of people out there not doing anything, but the people that continue to work are the people that are going to have that success.
Mhm.
If you all realize, we just opened up Nigeria, and if you understand how huge that is, West Africa is one of those places where people are just dying for an opportunity to better their life. Some of those people, if they could make an extra $500 in their life, would make them like millionaires. And the fact that we are open and there's an office there and they're going to have access to just about all of the products that we have is just huge. That's opening up a door for a lot of people. We've already got a group over there in Ghana, which is next door neighbors to Nigeria, and they're bouncing off the walls. They've been waiting for this. So if you understand where this company is going and what it's going to be doing, now is the time, boy, to really just do anything and everything you can to get some momentum going. Um, and for you, Christina, to keep that momentum going right on to 5K and 10K.
Mhm.
What they're going to announce in October is going to, I guarantee, is going to blow you all away. It's going to be new products. It's going to be a phenomenal back office. It's going to be all kinds of things that will take us to. I mean, they're predicting right now $500 million. I believe we're going to do more than that this year. But um, when you look at where we're positioned in time and everything, the timing is just incredible. And this is something that we need to take advantage of. It doesn't mean that people coming in after this year are going to have any less of a chance. In fact, I don't think we've seen the top earners yet. Um, but here's what I do know. I think the top earners are all going to be a part of one of our teams if it's not us, right?
Mhm.
So how does that happen? Well, it's like the octopus. The more tentacles you have out there in the water, the more chances you have. It's like if you look at these big fishing rigs on TV, like I don't know what it is, Deadliest Catch and some of those shows. They've got a ton of nets out and lines out trying to catch anything and everything that comes in their way. That's where we need to be right now. We need to be messaging. We need to be doing massive follow up in the next 5 days. You need to be getting back to anybody that showed a glimmer of interest. Find out where they're at. Tell them that we are doing a huge push starting July 1st. I'm going to be doing the most massive 90-day blitz that I've done in my 40 years, to give you an indication. But I need to make that work the way I want it to work. We all need to have a lot of momentum going into 1 July. So what I wanted to get with Troy was get his team together and see what questions, what challenges, what it is that you guys are either hopefully not struggling with, but just have some questions about how you can, maybe tweak, make better. What's on your mind? How can I help? What can I do to make things not easier? I don't want to make things easier for you. I just want to make things successful for you. Easy is a false sense. I get this all the time. People will reach out to me and I'll say, "Well, here's what you need to do," and the next words out of their mouth are, "Well, that's easy for you to say,"
Mhm.
right? For those of you who have kids, have they ever said that to you? Well, Dad, that's easy for you to say. And I taught my kids very, very young in age that, yeah, maybe it's just words. It's easy to say. It really has nothing to do with anything. The question you should be asking yourself is it the right thing to do? If it's the right thing to do, whether it's easy or hard, it has nothing to do with it. If it's the right thing to do, you do it. And if it's hard, you work hard and you do it. If it's easy, you're lucked out. And you do it and it's easy. But the question isn't whether it's easy or hard. The question is whether or not it should be done. And if the answer is it should be done, and if you saw my live this morning, if you are willing to pay the price, I'm going to tell you, I can guarantee you that the other side of the coin is phenomenal. But the price is hard. The price is hard, and it's not hard physically. It's hard, up here. It's hard up in our mindset because there are so many things that come along that somebody reached out to me. I know Troy had he was was kind of bothered for a few minutes because one of his people in Italy decided to quit. Well, at the same time, I had one of my guys in the UK reach out to me and say, "I'm sorry, Ron, I'm not going to be moving any further." And he was upset because the company chose to bring the products to Nigeria before they did the UK. Well, the products are in Europe. They're just the THC free. What these people don't see is because they're short sighted and what they're seeing, and they're going to be bummed because guess where a good amount of our top earners in this company are from? Canada. And yet they don't have CBD. I mean, they don't have any CBD. So these people that, can't stand the heat right now and don't like what's going on and don't want to build properly are going to be missing out because when it does fully open in Europe, we're going to take it by storm because we've got enough people out there that are staying the course and building in the U.S. and building in the places we can and doing a good job. So Terra Scary is a great example. I mean, she's out there in Canada, 50K affiliate. Sonia Lyon, she's in Canada, she's a 500K affiliate. Barb Miller, she's in Canada and she's a super affiliate. So um, if these people can do it outside of the country where they don't get CBD, then anybody can. So, but it comes down to the question for them was, well, it's hard. It's a lot harder this way. You don't understand. And my callous uncaring self, which is very, very small, but wants to say, yeah, and I don't care. It's not the issue. Walk a mile in my shoes, right? I remember in the military when after I got drafted during Vietnam, and a lot of people would say, it's like, well, you got to do this. We're going to hike 25 miles. I don't want to do that. That's hard. And then drill sergeants would smack us around a little bit and tell us, if I hear that word again, you're going to be doing so many push-ups, you're not going to have arms left when you're done. So it wasn't a matter if it was hard. It was you do it. You just do it, and you stop your whining and you do it. Now, I don't tell people that anymore, that often, but you need to make the decision in your business and your life whether or not you want to do it. And the fact that you six are here is more than most people would do. And we've got a great team. We've got close to 3,000 people on our team now. But I can tell you that the percentage of the people that are out there on a daily basis working their business and are not just talking about wanting it, but are acting like they want it, are a smaller percentage. And that's just the way it always is. Aaron will tell you the same thing. Focus will tell you the same thing. There are those people that tell you they want it, and there are those people that show you they want it. You need to make that decision. I can't do that for you. But once you make the decision that you want to show me that you want it, well then, man, let's lock arms and let's make this thing happen. And don't put a time frame to it. Sonia Lyons is a great example for me because it took her 2 years to get to 5K affiliate. 2 years. Christine, I'm looking at you thinking, okay, what if it took you 2 years right now? Well, I could see in your face that it wouldn't matter because guess what happened with Sonia Lyon after she hit 5K? She's telling me now, her and I had a Zoom call together not 6 months ago or so, but she said, Ron, I'm making sick fantasy money now. She's making $50,000, $60,000 a month. So if I told you that in 4 years, if I looked at you and I said, hey, Sue, let me ask you a quick question. If in the next 4 years, I could show you an opportunity that would allow you to be making $50,000 or $60,000 a month, is that something you'd be open to looking at? Yeah, right?
Of course, yes.
Of course, right? But now here's the Paul Harvey. Here's the rest of the story, right? The rest of the story is those first 2 years, you are going to probably make no money. You're going to be frustrated. You're not even going to make the first rank. You are going to have people join and quit. You're going to have all kinds of things happen. But after 2 years, you're going to finally make that first rank 5K affiliate. And then your business is going to turn around because you stuck to it. And you're going to end up, having amazing, phenomenal success that you never even imagined you could have. Most people would say, and everybody I've talked to has said the same thing, I ain't sticking it out for 2 years of nothing. But she did. She stuck it out for 2 years because she knew, and she was in the company when it first got started. She was telling me that there were people quitting left and right saying, he's too young, he's a kid, he doesn't know what he's doing. What does he know about, creating a corporation and a business and all this stuff? Well, you know what? The kid's a genius. I'm pretty smart, but I'm pretty pale compared to Josh Wago. That guy he plays chess blindfolded and wins. I was in a chess club in high school, and I can't imagine. I couldn't win with my eyes open, but playing blindfold, So most of us don't realize that, and now Sonia's going through it, so she can talk about it. But she was telling me that when I was going through it, when it was happening, and she didn't tell her story after her and I talked, I told her, I said, you need to tell your story. You need to tell your story. And about a month later, she got online and did a live and said, a good friend of mine said I should tell my story, so I'm going to tell my story. So I'm honored that she considered me a good friend. And in fact, in Nashville at the road show, we shared the stage together on the Success panel. She's an amazing lady. She said, when I was going through that, did I, because I asked her, I said, how many times did you want to quit? And she said, every day. Every day. I got up every day and I had to rethink about my vision and my why and what was driving me and why I wanted to do what I wanted to do. But every single day I wanted to quit. But I didn't. And am I glad I didn't? Yeah, she's pretty glad. Anybody here, let me ask you just a quick question. And you can just raise your hand. Anybody here not, would just have no desire to be making, say, $50,000 a month? If I offered you $50,000 a month right now, would you just say, nah, Ron, I don't need that. I don't want that. Anybody? So if I offered you the opportunity to make $50,000 a month, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to take that opportunity? Of course not, right? Everybody would love that. Even if it was, say, $5,000 a month. Wouldn't $5,000 a month change most of our lives?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, right? Well, how many people do you think are out there that would say yes to that question right now? We had a training not long ago, a few months back, and it's called, the name of it is called dreamscaping, is the term we use for. But you need to do this with all your people when you bring new people on. You need to sit down and dreamscape with them and find out, really what's going on and what's motivating them. But Robert Hollis did this on one of our trainings, and he asked this young lady, Amanda, what amount of money would you need on a monthly basis to change your life right now, to make a huge impact on your life? And I think all of us sat back and thought it was going to be like $500,000 or something like that. And she said $250. And I was even kind of shocked. $250, that's not a lot of money. But she said, if I was making an extra $250 right now, I would be able to feed my kids every month without having to worry about it. Now, those of us that have kids understand how that feels, right? Especially mothers.
Mm-hmm.
You have six? I have six kids. How many do you have, Troy?
I have six. I have three biological, three adopted, and two steps. I really have eight.
Wow.
I stopped counting, and then grandkids are just exponential from that point.
You got me beat. I've got six kids and 13 grandkids right now, but
you got me beat on the second tier there.
But I can't imagine, if any of my kids or grandkids, and I've been blessed, all of our kids are very successful and so forth. But when they're little, the last thing you want is to not be able to take care of them. So for this young lady, Amanda, $250 a month would change her life, would give her some peace, take some stress out of it. And so Robert asked me, he said, well, Amanda, how would that make you feel if you were making that? And she was just like, tears were running down her eyes, and that would make me feel so amazing. Well, why do you do that? You do that because this business, like any other business, even jobs have it. People don't realize it, but if those of you who have a job know that, in fact, Troy and I were talking about this before, and your job have good days and bad days. So anybody that's had a job that hasn't had a bad day at your job and it just sucks, right? Sue's laughing because she's like, yeah, of course, every day, right? But so we think it's something that's unique to network marketing, but I've worked in corporate America in somewhat of a corporate America situation most of my life, and yeah, I worked for military intelligence, and we had some really bad days, and we had some good days. Not many, but we had a few good days. So right now I am, so right now. So you're going to have them. You're going to have them in your network marketing business. Here's the difference. When I had a bad day in my corporate life, I didn't have any reason to sit down and say, okay, what's driving me for my corporate life and what's making me come here? I knew what it was. I had to pay the bills. I had to get up every morning and go to the job because I had to pay the bills. Building a business is different because a lot of people feel like they have an out. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go do something else. Mm-hmm. So they need that emotional tie to an event. So if now I'm talking to Amanda, or I'm talking to Troy or Christina, and I'm saying, okay, remember when we talked about, what you that extra money would do in your life and what you wanted to do and everything? Has that changed at all, or is that something you still really want to do? What happens is it brings up all the emotion that happened when we talked about it in the first place. And that emotion then starts to tie in and say, yes, that's right. I remember how I would feel. I want to do this, and that's what takes people up and down, up and down, and up and down. And, I learned this back in the 70s with Amway. They are masters of dreamscaping. They learned this before anybody else knew what it was, or they were masters at it. They knew how to sit down with somebody and build a dream and tie all of these physical events to emotion. And I do this on a regular basis with the team. I'll sit down with people on the team and talk to them individually and find out what's going on with them. If I bring a new person on, I want to know why they're doing what they're doing. We always say you need a why that makes you cry, but it's more than that. You need a vision, right? So for today, where are you guys? Let's just think about, we're not going to think about between now and October. We're not going to think about between now and the next 90. What can we do between now and the next 5 days? The 30th of June at midnight. What can we do to help you take your business to a level that it hasn't been before? If you've only been at 500K, how can we get you to 750? If you're at 3,000, how can we get you to 4,000 or 5,000? And Christina, you'll probably say, what, in 5 days? Can we do that?
Yes.
You can do that. My first full month in the business was a year ago in June. And this will tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I believe June is not a bad month. My first full month in this business was June of last year. I had virtually nobody on my team. I just got my product a couple days before at the end of the month of May. I found out what the products could do for me, and then what they did for my wife after having rotator cuff surgery. And I remember looking at my wife on the 1st of June and saying, you know what, honey? There are people that made 5K their first month in the business. They made 5K affiliate their first month in the business. I can do this. I can make 5K my first month. And I put my head down and I went crazy. But most of you know what happened. 19 days later, I was 10K. And I ended up the month at 24,000. I almost made 25K my first full month in the business. It took me about 6 days to get to 5K affiliate. So, and I didn't start off at 3,000. So can Christina make it from 3,000 to 5K? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Any one of you could start and make 5K between now and if you were at 0, right?
I almost did it last month. I was right there.
You were really close. I thought for sure I was going to be seeing congratulations. In fact, I may have made one for Troy. I don't know. So it can be done. So what I want to know is, what can I do? What questions? And you may not have any questions. You may know what you need to do. It may just be a kick in the butt right now that says, okay, I just got to get back motivated and excited. But this is the time to do it, man. I've been doing this all day with people. This has been my whole goal today, is to get as many people as I can fired up. I'll be honest with you too, for me, this is the lowest month I've had for a while. I woke up this morning and I'm at about 44,000. So I need 6,000 between now and the end of the month to make 50K again. And I've never not hit my goal. Now, last month I wasn't 50K at this time either, and then I ended up closing the month out at over 60. So I know the end of the month is always a big push and everything, but I don't want it to be that. I want everybody to understand that the end of this month is a very, very important month. Yeah, and I'm picking on Christina right now because she's the closest one to 5K. But Christina, if you push hard, and even if you get this close
Mhm.
to 5K at the end of this month, I mean, and you just push as hard as you can, um, the chances are that you can hit 10K pretty easily next month.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm looking at. I want, I'm not looking at people's promotion for this month. I want to get you guys set up so that if you're, at that 500 BV, or, team enroller level, that you can get that 1,000 or 2,000. Because I guarantee you what's going to happen is Aaron is going to continue to have all kinds of promotions where if you're a 1K affiliate, you're going to get leads, you're going to get, traffic and all these things. So that's the first thing you need to hit. 1K is only a stepping stone to 5K. And as you get that momentum at the end of the month, that's the key time. This last week is the key. If you can get that huge momentum going now, it's almost like the transition from the 30th to the first doesn't happen. Even though when you look at you look at your dashboard on the first and you go, oh man, where's everything gone? It's all down to zero now. I got to start all over again.
Mhm.
If you've got the momentum going, it starts happening faster and faster and faster. When I first hit 5K, the next month, I hit 5K faster, but it wasn't. Now I'm 5K the first day of the month and 10K the second day of the month, right? Because I've got so much momentum going. But for me to get to 100K, I need to get a bunch of you to 5K. So if you want to think I have an ulterior motive, okay, I do. My ulterior motive is this. I want you guys to be 5K affiliates. Shame on me. Um, because if you get to 5K affiliate, guess what? Yeah, I'm going to get to 100K affiliate. Isn't that the beauty of this business, right? Isn't that really the power that back in 1970 when I got introduced to this, to network marketing, back then it was called, MLM. What caught me, what got me so excited was the fact that the business model is based on I get success by the number of people I help have success. Not like corporate America where I get success by the number of people I step on the way up. So absolutely, I want you guys to have success because then, yeah, I'm going to get a little piece of that too. But really where my heart is I want to see everybody on this screen right now, every face here saying, when we get to the convention, wow, if I hadn't have pushed hard in June, I wouldn't be a 5K. I wouldn't be a 10K. And Christina, I'll tell you, I was in October of last year at the convention, I was a 10K affiliate. Now I'm a 50K affiliate, and I'm pretty sure I'll be a 100K affiliate at the convention this year.
Yeah.
So you see what that means. If you can get to you've got the next 90 days starting today, putting the pedal to the metal today, after we get done with this, doing anything and everything. Sit down with yourself, talk to yourself. Maybe close the door so people don't think you're crazy, but sit down and say, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this right now. I'm reaching out to 10 people a day. It ain't happening. I need to reach out to 20 people a day. And I mean it. I'm not saying this because Ron's on the Zoom and I want to make him feel good too, and we're all happy and everything. I want to pay the price and I want to do this. Because if you never pick up the shovel and dig, you can't quit at something you haven't done, right? And I'm not saying this for you guys that you haven't done anything, but if you haven't really pushed yourself to that point, one of the things I used to do when I was in the military, I was going through my advanced training, even in jump school, when I went to jump school, they would push us so hard, and they'd get you to the point where you thought, I'm going to die. If I have to take one more step, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I can't move. We'd get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you saw the movies like what is it? The one with Demi Moore. I forget what that one was called. where she was a SEAL, going through Navy SEAL training. What was that?
It was G.I. Jane.
G.I.
Yeah.
Jane, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, where you see these military movies where they're going out and they're almost basically eating out of garbage cans and eating your food. Well, that's how it was. We got pushed so hard that we'd run back in when it was time to go to the mess. We'd go into the mess and you'd grab your food and run and slam it down on the table and eat with your hands and just stuff it in as fast as you can. You did not think. They were trying to get you to ring out at every. And then when I went to my next duty station for special forces, they pushed you even that much harder. And every single day, it was all up here. Physically, your body was going to take it, but your brain wouldn't take it. And it wasn't until you pushed it to that level, that point of no, I got to do this. I'm not going to ring that bell. I'm not going to ring out. That's the same with your business. Or you get up in the morning and you say, you know what, man, this is going to be probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my business, but I have got to, I'm not stopping until I reach out to, 50 people. I'm going to, for the next 5 days, I'm going to reach out to 50 people. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to follow up. I'm going to just be a mad man or a mad woman, and people aren't going to know what's going to hit them. I will tell you, when people ask me, what did you do that first month? Because, see, Carlos and I are kind of in the wings now. We've got all these new people, and everybody's excited. Oh, look, their first month, they did this, their first month. Everybody forgets Carlos and I beat all of those records. We were 5K faster. We were 10K faster. We've had more people promoted and a lot of different things. I get asked now all the time, well, what did you do? What did you do back then? I did just exactly what I just told you. It wasn't a magic script. It wasn't, some special website that I sent them to or anything like that. It was just abandoned, exhaustive, massive, massive action. And those first 5 days of June is when it all happened. That's why I got up this morning and said, man, we have 5 days left. The amazing things can happen these 5 days are phenomenal, phenomenal. But there's no magic. The magic is you wake up in the morning and and I know some of you have, young kids, you've got jobs and things like that. Doesn't matter. You set the time. If you say, okay, I've got all these things I've got to get done. Life is life, right? But from 2 to 5 or 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 or 5 to 6 or whatever time you set down, this is when I'm going to work my business. Then you close off everything. You tell your family, hey, look, I've got to do this for the next 5 days. I'm going to close everything else off. I go into my office wherever I'm going. I'm going to close everything down. Honey, take care of this. No, honey, train your dog to take care of it. Whatever you need to do, right? And close, get focused, put the blinders on, and just go crazy. Go crazy. I want to hear your story in 5 days, and the story be, when we get you up in front of people and they say, oh, Christine, how did you make 6,000? How did you get this 5K and plus in 5 days? And I want to hear you say, you know what? Massive, massive action. I just made a decision. There was going to be nothing standing between me and the goal I want to make. So you got to set a goal. I know what Christina's goal is. You all need to set a goal because I'm not sure where you're at in points. So if your goal is I want to hit 1,000 before the end of the month, then don't let anything get in the middle of that. Don't let anything get in front of that. Don't let anything deter you or sidetrack you from what you want to do. It's 5 days. I'm gonna tell you from a very strong position of what you can do in life. You can do anything for 5 days. Trust me, you can do anything for 5 days. Most people won't. So, Ann, 1K. You can do this hands down. You think about here's a great example. 1K, what is that? That's 3 HempWorks executives. 3 HempWorks executives is 1,200. Boom. You hit the 1K. You guys hear my puppy? My monster puppy who's over 70 pounds now. This dog is like
Are you going out on the front porch?
literally eating my house and home. I mean, um, you could do it with 4 HempWorks executives. You know, now will it pan out to be that necessarily? No, maybe not. But that's a goal. I know I want to get 1K. That's how easy it is. I've got 5 days to get 3 people in. Who can I contact? And see what happens, Tammy, same thing, right? 3 people. So here's what happens with most people. Okay, I need to get 3 people. Let me think of 3 people I can talk to. Not going to work. Let me think of 30 people I can talk to. Let me think of 100 people I can talk to. And that's where people go, oh, you're kidding. I got to talk to 100 people? And then there are those people that say, that's it? I got to talk to 100 people? I'm on it. I'm going to talk to 100 people. I'm going to get out there and talk. That's what, you know, Robert was told, you've got to get this video, this DVD video in front of 2,000 people, and you'll be a millionaire. He's like, okay, 2,000 people, I can do that. And he went out and did it and became a millionaire, right? So if I tell you, you've got to, between now and the end of the month, you've got to get, 40 people in front of your presentation. And when I say 40 people, and I'm just making that number up, but it's a good number. I can tell you that. It's a pretty good number if you can do it. And you can, if you do it, not if you can do it, if you do it. 40 people in front of your presentation. That means you need to get 40 people to pre-enroll and see the presentation, or get them in front of a video that will direct them to either pre-enroll or become a customer. You need to, the name of the game is to say as little as possible to as many as possible and get as many exposures to your business and your product as possible. Don't waste time. People are going to ask you questions. People are going to, try to sidetrack you. Well, I don't want to go watch a video. Why don't you give me the clip notes? Sorry, I really can't do that. I know your time is valuable. My time is valuable. Here's the link. Let me know when you have time to watch the video. If you don't, that's okay. I love what Candace Bird Davies says, tell me yes, tell me no, I got to go, right? Because all you're doing is, and I have got to get a deck of cards sitting here. All you're doing is going through that deck as fast as you can. Find an ace. As soon as you get an ace, boom, set them aside. That's your HempWorks exec. Find an ace. How many aces in a 52 deck of cards? There's 4 of them. If you got all of those in, boom, you're at 1K, right? The faster you do that, the faster you teach them to do the same thing. I got somebody in this month. You know how many people I've got in this month? 1. So it's one of my lowest months ever, but I haven't been concentrating on that. I've been working with the team a lot. But the first thing I told him is, I said, well, what do I do? What do I do? And I said, talk to anybody and everybody you can. You want to talk to everybody that you think is a part of your audience that would be interested. Well, I've got a lot of friends, but they're not interested. So don't talk to them. Talk to the people that you believe are going to be interested. People always want to say, well, don't prejudge. Don't prejudge. You don't have to prejudge. But if you know that you're going out to talk to somebody and they don't have a dime to their name, they're struggling, they have no money whatsoever, what are the chances you think that they're going to be able to start the business? Probably slim, right? It's like Robert always says, I'm talking to the people that make a lot of money and want to make more. I'm trying to find those people that have the money to do it, have the money, have the mentality, have the desire to change their life. You reduce the number of people you have to talk to if you pre-qualify your audience. I was talking about this the other night. If you can pre-qualify your audience, and what do I mean by that? You start developing your Facebook audience to people that meet a certain criteria, right? That are middle income people that already have money, people that have a desire to have more time freedom in their life, people that are tired of working 3 and 4 jobs to have the money they need, not people that are struggling to get food on the table every single week, but people that have food and have that stuff, but they're time broke, right? Because they typically have money. They just want to be able to have more freedom in their life. So pre-qualify your audience by connecting with more of those people and then hitting them with your opportunity. with the opportunity to change their life. And now you're not having to debate whether or not they can afford $299 for an executive spray pack. They're saying, are you kidding? I can change my life for $599? Where do I sign? Right? So if you can't change your audience, change your audience. First thing I'm going to start on 1 July is teaching people how to change their audience, how to get an audience that is receptive to what you have to offer. That's paramount in having your success. But between now and the end of the month, anybody and everybody, you reach out to them, talk to them. If it takes me, I don't know, 10 directors to get to 1K, I get 10 directors. Easy way, three executives. Christina, you need 2,000 points. You need to get your team on the same frequency, massive action. Get your action massive, and I guarantee it. And you can do this. I've seen the success you've already had. You're so close. So last week, this is when most of it happens. You can do it. All right, questions. Anybody got any questions for me? Pick my brain while you got me, or while I've got my brain. Sue?
No, I just need a big kick in the rear, like you said, I think. Motivation.
We all need that, I think it was Zig Ziglar that said, motivation is like a shower. We need it every day. People think that, they get up and they get motivated on Monday and it's going to last all week. Nah. Tuesday morning, guess what? Doesn't even wait till Tuesday morning. Monday afternoon, you've reached out to a couple of people that said no, and all of a sudden, that's why we want everybody to have such a huge why and a huge vision in their life. So
I do see other ads that people have put up, and I'm wondering if I could just copy some of those, or should I just
I would.
make up my own?
You mean as far as paid ads?
No, their content, their word content, just
Yeah, you're certainly, I know for me and Carlos and Tara and some of the other leaders, Robert, if you see something on my profile that you want to use, a picture or anything like that, and I would change it around a little bit,
sure.
But feel free to use it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Tammy, Ann, any of you got a question? Christina?
Mm-mm.
No? Everybody know what to do? Troy? We're going to sit around and eat bonbons? That's it? No. See? Everybody see my shirt? I don't know if it's backwards or not, right? Everybody see what it says?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good.
You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry. Carlos put that video clip up today. That is just so. I've been watching a lot of, or I've got one of his audiobooks, Les Brown's audiobooks, but it's a like a best of, so it's like 20 or 10, I think it's 10 of his audiobooks, his books all put together. So it's, I don't know how many hours, but the guy's phenomenal, and he's going to be the keynote speaker at our convention. So this company knows how to do it right. But he's right. You've got to be hungry. You got to be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave you with this. Yep. Just keep contacting Tammy. My granddaughter this morning, she saw my shirt, and my two grandkids I take care of here during the week, they call me Bad Dad. And because my wife is Southern, grandpas are called granddaddy. And my granddaughter, when she was little and started talking, she couldn't say granddaddy, so she said Bad Dad. How that translated, I don't know, but so now they call me Bad Dad. She looked at my shirt and she said, Bad Dad, what does that mean? You got to be hungry. She was kind enough not to say, you're always hungry. But I said, honey, you know how it feels when you come in from outside playing and you're starving to death. What would you do for me to get you some food? I'd do anything. I'd do anything. I said, exactly. So what would you do if you knew that you had a way to get a new bike or go to Silverwood, which is a big amusement park for us here in the summer? I'd do anything. I'd go clean up the grass. I'd go, I said, that's right, because you're hungry. You're hungry for that. Have you ever had that feeling like when you were a kid where you wanted something so bad you could just taste it? Get that back. Get that feeling. Get that feeling where you wake up in the morning and just want something. You want it so bad. You want this success so bad that there's nothing going to stand in your way. You don't care what anybody says. You don't care what I'm going to do this. I have a hard time sleeping at night. I'm so glad we have a sleep spray. All right, you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm just so excited because I know you're going to have success. You can do this, and just don't hesitate. If you've got a question, Troy will tell you. Troy and I have been talking since before he got in the business. If you want to reach out to me at any time, just scream and say, hey, can we do a quick Zoom? I've got some questions. And I will make time. I try to make time for people all throughout the day. Sometimes it may take me, I just had someone reach out and say, can we talk real quick? And it's like, I won't stop everything I'm doing, obviously, but as soon as I have an opening, I will be more than happy to help you out. Christina, I really want to see your 5K. Do this.
Yeah.
You can do it. I know you will. I know you will. I'm picking on you right now because I know that I know what's going to change in your business when you hit it.
Yeah.
I know what's you hit that 5K, and for me it was like night and day. All of a sudden it's like, wow, this is I can do this. And then I don't know. I think Sue, you were on board when I still had my beard, right? And I think Troy was. I don't know, Christina, I think I'd already shaved when you came on board. But every year, and here in a few months, I'll start growing it out again. And every year at Christmas time, I grow it out because it's all white, and I do it for the grandkids. And 2 years ago, I had my open heart surgery and everything, so it was my excuse. I don't have to shave it off. I could keep it. So I just kept it. And then I started the business, and everybody knew me as Papa Ron, Papa Smurf, and all these other different names and everything. And my wife kept saying, "It's January. Are you shaving?" No. So I made up what I thought was a stupid, unachievable goal right away. I said, "As soon as I get to 50K, honey, I'll shave. I'll shave." This was like in November, maybe end of November, close to December. I hit 50K in January. So I shaved. So now the next thing is what do I promise for 100K? I guess is the way to go. But it all stemmed on that hitting 5K because once I hit that 5K, it was like anything's possible now. Anything I can do. If I can hit 5K, man, 10K is just doing it twice, right? I can do this. So that's why I'm kind of harping on you right now because I know you're so very close. And I know what's going to change in your business when you hit 5K. So it's going to be the excitement on the ride. Just it goes to a whole new level for you.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to not think 10K, and this is what I'm going to tell you. This is what happened with me. When I got to 5K, I didn't think 10K. I immediately went to 25K. 25K is kind of that mark. When you hit 25K, that's when the money starts changing. That's when kind of the prestige changes. It's you really, so it's going to change. It's going to change. All right, you guys. God bless you. Please reach out to me if you have any questions at all.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.
Welcome.